Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Fremdly Tips. My name is Nathaniel, and if you're new here, this is the channel that's all about technology and gadgets and helping you find cool ways of how to use them. So consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you're notified whenever a new video of mine goes live. So today I'm going to talk about which operating system is right for you. Oh no, he's bringing up operating systems. Bring out on the fanboys. Apple for life. PC master race. Chrome or bust? Now, this is completely opinion-based. Everyone's going to have their own opinion, so it is what it is, but hopefully my advice and my tips here might help point you in the right direction or make you learn something new about an operating system you may not have known about. So, let's get started here. So first on the list, what we have here is we have the good old PC. Everyone knows it. Everyone's probably used it in their lifetime. It's great for gaming. It's great for heavy workload tasks. So if you need to do Photoshop, Adobe After Effects, all the fun stuff from Adobe, and everything else, it's to be great for you. You can definitely soup up a PC to really get what you need out of it with lots of RAM, data, hard drive space, everything. So what I would say is a PC is great for people who actually need the power and need to be able to play games. Like if you're really big into gaming like I am, a PC is definitely the thing you need to go with rather than a Mac or a Chromebook. So, and because a lot more games are supported on a PC than they are on the Mac, even though that is changing. There are a lot of games that are now being run for both, but it's still really heavily PC world. Chromebooks definitely are getting gaming in here for sure because of the Android app support. However, they're not going to be as big of titles and shooters games like they will be on the PC, for example, because just there's no video card or a high-powered video card that will really be able to run things on the Chromebook. Sort of just like on the Mac. I know the MacBook Pros are able to run games really well, but again, you have the issue of not many games are made for the Mac operating system. Now for the Macintosh over here, Macs are great for, again, kind of like the PC, they're great for video editing, for doing artistic type work. So the PC is for the corporate person, while the Mac is for the artist. Well, I've in my experience of using them all, at work, for me personally, I love using the Mac. It's just the trackpad is so much better than any Windows PC I've ever run into. The system just works. It's really nice to have a good battery life, and also you get the flexibility of being able to have a lot of the same software features that a PC kind of has in terms of you have full-fledged Office, you have all the Adobe suite if you need it, and you can run some games if you really want that. So the Macintosh is great. Problem is it's very pricey. Just like iPhones, Macintosh prices their computers really highly. So it is what it is. You're buying the brand, you're buying the support, you're buying all that there. Now the argument that Macs don't have viruses is really not true really anymore. Honestly, they do get malware and all that fun stuff. No operating system is truly pure from having any issues with that, but obviously the vast majority of issues are to be happening on the PC because there's still the percentage of users out there in the general public are PC users. So if somebody who's making malware and wants to steal data or money, what are they going to target? The small market groups like a Chromebook or a Mac? No, they're going to target the thing that's going to make them the most money and the bang for their buck. But that is something to be aware of, that Macs do have are capable of having malware on it. Now, Chromebooks. This is something that not many people may know about. Chromebooks, I love. I think that honestly, for most consumers out there, a Chromebook is probably going to be the thing that is the thing that you should be looking at, and that probably will solve all your needs when it comes to a PC. So if you do most of your work in a Chrome browser or Firefox, for this example, Safari, any web browser, if you do most of your work in a web browser, like email, texting, watching videos, catching up with the news, honestly, the Chromebook is probably your best bet. They're mostly cheaper than a PC, or definitely cheaper than a Mac. They can be anywhere from $200 all the way up to $1,000. And the $1,000 one, that's the Doodle Pixel, that can compete against these two right here. It has 8 gigabytes of RAM in the starting system. It has 128 gigabytes of storage, and it just screams, that thing does, and it literally lights up really fast. Chromebooks are amazing. The one thing that people don't really know about this, you can start up a Chromebook and literally get up and running in a couple minutes. I actually have a video about that shows how to set up Chrome OS. It's dead simple. Literally, I could wipe this thing and be back up and running in like 5 to 10 minutes. It's amazing. I've never had that. I've never run into that when I'm doing Macs and PCs. If I have to wipe it for any reason, like something is wrong, something's going haywire on either a Mac or PC, I have to first back it up, make sure all the files are there, and then I have to wipe it, and then have to find the operating system disk or the recovery key. Then it has to install everything, and it just takes a good hour or two. Like literally, my day is wiped trying to fix these two things. With a Chromebook, literally, if you run into any issues, which they're very rare, because this thing has antivirus software built right in, so it's literally always to be protecting you from any issues. If you ever run into an issue, you can just wipe it, and everything is synced and backed up, and you literally can get back where you need to. And if you didn't catch my review on this HP X2 Chromebook, it does detach, which the PC and the Macintosh don't do. So this thing is a full-fledged tablet and a computer. So honestly, it does the job that most PCs do. And up here you'll find my actual full review of this machine. It is by far one of my favorite Chromebooks, and I think you'll like it too in the price range that it's at. So if you're the person who's on a budget, if you're the consumer who really needs to find the computer that's best for you on a budget, I would say you need to look at PCs or Chromebooks. Honestly, those are your two best bets. Macs, you can probably find used ones that'll definitely fit the bill and make it done, but you won't have the newest and greatest processor or specs and everything. And honestly, these are probably to be your best budget things. If you want something very premium, you can definitely find premium in both the Chromebook, in the PC world, as well as also definitely on the Macintosh side. I'd say Macs generally are on the more pricier side of things. So when it comes to battery life on these three different machines, by far the worst is a PC. I had a PC in college, and honestly, the laptop didn't get me anywhere in terms of battery life. I would have to have everything turned off, run like one application to take notes in class, and literally it only lasted me for like an hour or two of screen on time. It was like one of the worst. That's why in college I switched to a Mac because I was able to then bring it without a charger and run it all day through all my classes. If I was going to college now, I would definitely invest in a Chromebook because this thing, honestly, is by far the best battery life I've ever gotten. Like it literally will run 10 to 12 hours of screen on time, no issues whatsoever, and that's with everything running in the background. No problem there. So in terms of battery support, I definitely say this is the winner by far, the Chromebook. Second runner-up is definitely Macs, and then last place, the PC. So in terms of applications and what's available to you, I'd say the clear winner is by far the PC because you have the plethora of a lot of those same applications that a Macintosh has, but you have games that you can play. If you're a big-time gamer like me, you have games you can play on the PC that you cannot play on the Macintosh. So if that's something you're into, this is definitely the thing for you. However, obviously, don't count out the Chromebook because they have Android apps supported fully. So therefore, all the Android apps that you love to play, if you have an Android phone, you can play also on the Chromebook. So gaming-wise, they're starting to catch up now. They don't have the same processor speed or GPUs as a full-fledged PC does. So don't expect to play PUBG or Fortnite when it finally releases in the full gamut and specs that you can on a PC here. In terms of software support, the thing that I want to make sure I mention is the nice thing about Apple, and the thing that probably people love the most is the fact that with the Apple Store, you can literally walk in and they are willing to help you out and really help support your thing. In terms of PCs, if you have a virus or malware, you gotta take it to a Windows Store, but I've never really seen the same type of service and the same kind of functionality to really help you with that system. Chromebooks, there really isn't anything in terms of from the Google support side of things, but because of the fact that you can just wipe it and get back to where you were because of all the syncing options on here, I don't think that's really as necessary with the Chromebook because of how easy it is just to wipe and go back. If I had to give my honest review of what I personally use and what I prefer to do, I prefer the Chromebook for everyday use. It literally is my go-to machine for everything web browsing, media consumption, all that fun jazz. It literally blazes through, it boots up in a second, I can start doing things right away, and it plays my favorite games from my Android apps. And that's for me, for work, at my work, I prefer the Mac because I only have an option between a PC and a Mac. And I definitely will choose a Mac when it comes to work options because if I'm working on the keyboard and trackpad, the trackpad is by far the best thing experience between a PC and Mac. I've never found a PC that has a trackpad that works as well as a Macintosh. But the Mac obviously is pricey, and work is covering that, and so I definitely prefer that if I have my options. I have a PC here for gaming. I am a PC gamer. I do like to play Fortnite, StarCraft 2, Shadow of War, things like that. And this thing definitely is the system that allows me to play it. A Macintosh would never be able to play a few of those games that I just mentioned there. Obviously it plays Fortnite and StarCraft, but not Shadow of War and a few other games from Steam. But honestly, when it comes to value, you definitely can get more out of it on the PC side of things. The thing you have to factor in between a PC and a Chromebook in terms of value and what you want, if you're not factoring in a Macintosh, is obviously those are going to be on the higher end. Yes, you can get more specs for the money in terms of a PC. You can have higher RAM, higher storage, probably a better screen, nice. It's a lot thicker and everything else. You could probably do more functionality, but you got to factor in. You got to pay for antivirus software on this thing. You have to pay for, if you pay for 2 of them at least, you have to pay for antivirus on this thing. So that's going to be a yearly subscription. And yes, there's free ones out there, but I'm just factoring in the fact that there's the cost. Is a lot of people do pay for that, while Chromebook does not have a monthly fee or a yearly fee when it comes to antivirus, because it's built into the Chromebook. But seriously, I would challenge your conventional thinking of what it is you need out of a PC. If you do most of your work in a browser, you really should check out Chromebooks. Like literally, it is a computer that runs inside Chrome OS. So everything you do on your PC and Mac that involves Chrome, you can do on this thing. Like most of my work I do is in Gmail, is using Calendar, is using YouTube, is using Google Docs. I mean, Word as well. Like I can run Office on this thing. The only things that the Chromebook lacks in that I still need a PC and a Mac for is on the video editing side, and also Photoshop. I know that there's some Photoshop apps like Photoshop, I think Lite or whatever it is that Adobe makes, that can run on the Chromebook. But let's be honest, it's not as powerful as what you can get on a PC or Mac. In video editing, yes, there's software you can have for the Chromebook, but it's not as good as what you can get on the PC and Mac in terms of the rendering power that you got there. So that's the one thing I really wish Adobe and all of them can really step it up and have it be in the cloud, or have some ability to allow Chromebooks to be able to do video editing. Then this thing would be by far a game changer. So those are my thoughts on the different operating systems I have here. I hope that this was really insightful and helpful. Maybe the Chromebook review of mine really helped open your eyes to maybe the possibility of Chromebook being in your life, or maybe you're just entrenched in the PC and Mac world. Either is fine. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments, which one you prefer, down below. If you really like this video, don't forget to hit like. And over here, I actually have 2 videos that I've handpicked just for you. I really appreciate all you guys, all my friends out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I really appreciate you. Take care.